Hello, guys. Alex here. I'm going to be talking today about mood and exercise and the benefits of exercise. Most of you know that exercise is really, really great for good long term mental health. Um, so we know the benefits to the brain. The brain loves it when we have regular exercise going on. Our bodies love it. Our muscles love it. It helps everything, from digestion, our nervous system, everything. So we all know the benefits of exercise and mental health, but it's hard because if you're struggling with your mental health, one of the main issues is usually a lack of energy and a lack of motivation, right? And, the physical experience of, something like depression is, very, very low energy. Even, people I see who are having very intense anxiety, they often feel, exhausted just walking up a flight of stairs. And that's because their nervous system is already just working overtime. They might not be sleeping very well. They might not be eating well. Yeah, lots of stuff going on that makes exercise really hard. So, if you're new to exercise or if you're struggling with your mental health and you're finding it hard to get back into exercise, a few things to think about moving forward. So, the good news is that a little goes a long way, particularly if you are struggling with your mental health. So, it might feel like an effort to, go for a long 2K walk outside. Start by walking around your garden, right? Start by just, very short, slow pace. Listen to your body. Again, if you're struggling with anxiety in particular, you're probably going to notice that your body is going to get tired very quickly. You're not going to be able to do what you would normally do, even if you're usually an exerciser. So, you got to adapt, and a little goes a long way. I'm a big fan of outdoor exercise because you also get the benefits of sunshine, which we know is great for mood, and also just being in the natural environment, which is great for mood. If you can do that, go for a stroll down at the beach if you're lucky enough to live by the beach. But again, in your garden, something like that, or even things like gardening, there's exercise involved in that, or doing some cleaning, things like this. It doesn't have to be always at the gym. Although if you love the gym, then go to the gym. But you might want to cut down your sessions. You might want to do shorter sessions. You might want to back off the intensity until your body, is sort of catching up. But really important to still be moving and trying to get some of that exercise in, right? Really great at, helping burn off extra adrenaline and stress hormones that might be going on when we're struggling with mental health. So start slow, right? The research says that probably, 3 to 4 times a week for 30 or 40 minutes of intentional exercise are great for mental health. But it probably depends on what you're used to as well. So if you're just starting out and you've never really been into exercise, start low, right? So it might be short walks, low intensity, just take it easy. If you are an avid exerciser, like I am, you might find that, 3 or 4 times a week for half an hour is a lot less than you would usually do. So, go based on how you're feeling, but try and do something, right? Because if we get out of the habit of moving our body, it's very easy for that to all sort of snowball. So, what else do we want to think about? Find what you love, right? Again, if you're new to exercise, it doesn't mean that you have to go to the gym if you hate going to the gym, right? Don't do that. It's not going to work for you. Find what you love to do. So if it's yoga, go to yoga, or download some yoga practices at home. There's heaps of free online programs and low cost programs you can do from home if you don't feel confident yet going out and exercising with other people. If you love boxing, then find a boxing gym or get into martial arts. Or I do kickboxing myself. I absolutely love it. It's great exercise, but it's also just fun, right? And I like the people there, and it's a good vibe. If you like the water, then swim, surf, get to the beach. You got to find what you love. And, if you have people that you can exercise with, I think that's really beneficial as well. So I have my kickboxing dojo where people know me, and if I don't show up, they're like, hey, where have you been? And that keeps me accountable. It keeps me, during the times when I'm like, oh man, I don't want to this week, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go. And, I always feel better afterwards. and I do CrossFit. So I have my little CrossFit gym, and I like the people there, and I like the vibe there. And again, it's just, it's a nice mental time out for me where I can just sort of, you know, get a workout done, feel really good about it, and I know that I'm taking care of my body. So you got to sort of find your people, and you got to find what you like, right? If you have someone that you can exercise with, make a bit of a goal together. Keep each other accountable. If you don't, there's other ways to stay accountable. You can, commit to maybe like a couch to 5K that you're doing yourself, or if you've got a Fitbit, you can try and smash through your steps every day, or whatever it might be. So find what you love and find a way to measure progress. And so you can kind of give yourself a pat on the back when you've achieved something that maybe, 3 months ago you couldn't have achieved, right? I think it's a myth that people who exercise regularly are always motivated to exercise. That's really not true. It's just that they build exercise into their routine, right? So it's easier to do it than not do it. Right? So like for me, I don't always feel motivated to exercise, but I have my routine where it's like, all right, Monday, I go to the 9:30 CrossFit class. And then, Wednesday afternoons, I do the 4:30, and I have kickboxing on, Thursday or whatever it is. And, I have that built into my routine. Like I have it in my diary. It's what I do. And I don't have to think every day whether I'm going to do my workout. It's just automatic. Well, this is just what I do. And so that really helps me get through times when I'm feeling a bit blah or, whatever. So build it into your routine. Don't expect that motivation is going to be there every day. But the good news is we don't have to be motivated to get the benefits from exercise. Just doing it is the benefit, right? So those are just some things I'd suggest if you're struggling to get into it. A word about over exercising. So again, this is going to depend on your current level of exercise, but I know some people I've worked with really overdo the exercise, and it actually starts to add stress back into the system, right? Particularly if they're not fueling their body properly for that level of exercise. I've worked with people where sometimes there's a bit of sort of an obsessive pattern of whether it's they're trying to get their body to look a certain way or be a certain size, they're trying to lose weight, or whether it's, they just kind of get hooked on that endorphin rush that you get, with a workout that feels really nice. But just being mindful, there is such thing as too much exercise. Again, base it on what you're used to, but also how you feel. So if you're noticing that you're like constantly sore, you're constantly tired, back it off a little bit, right? Your body's trying to tell you something. If you're doing a lot of exercise, make sure you're eating really well. So you need to be eating enough calories, you need to be eating plenty of protein, lots of vegetables, all that sort of stuff. You can check out my vlog about food and mood, where I talk about some of the essential nutrients that we need for good mental health as well. And yeah, also sleep. So if you're doing a lot of exercise, you need to be getting really good quality sleep, because that's how our body repairs, right? And if we don't do that, we're heading for burnout. So just being mindful of that. So I hope those tips are helpful. I hope that you all find some form of exercise and activity that you just love, and it becomes, a real self-care exercise for you. All right, any questions, as always, send me a message, go to my website, you can chat with me, and I hope that you're all feeling really well. Bye.